Hey everyone, welcome to the Driving for Dollars Mastery Show. Thanks for being with me. On today's episode, I want to be talking to you guys about something that scares a lot of people, and that is really big deals. What scares them is not making the money. What scares them is losing out on the deal because the end buyer finds out how much money you're going to make. So I just barely did a deal. I made $105,000 assignment fee. What that means is I did Driving for Dollars. I drove around, I found an ugly house. We did some marketing. They wanted to sell the house, and it was actually two houses on one lot, and we got it under contract, and we found a flipper that was willing to pay $105,000 to buy our contract from us, meaning we sold our real estate purchase agreement for $105,000 that we found through Driving for Dollars. A lot of people are concerned that if you make $20,000, $30,000 or more on a Driving for Dollars deal, that your buyers will back out. On today's show, I want to be talking about how that's not a problem, how you don't have to do what's called double closing and cost you more money and get debt and risk, and how you guys can work with buyers that are okay with you making an absolute fortune and they don't care how much you make just as long as they get the deal. So that's what we're going to talk about. If you get value from this episode or any of the other episodes or shows, I ask you please share this with a friend or a family member that would benefit from it. All right, so let's talk about the process really quick, right? So for those that are new or unfamiliar with this, when you do what's called real estate wholesaling, you find a property at a discount, you get it under contract, right? And in that contract, you need a paragraph that says you can assign it for a finder's fee or a wholesale fee, however it's worded. And then you can sell that piece of paper and get paid. The title company does all the paperwork. So when the end buyer goes and pays the title company or puts money at the title company or the escrow company, then that title company will pay the seller their portion, pay off the loans, and pay you, the wholesaler, your fee, right? But all of that is disclosed to the end buyer and sometimes to the seller how much you're making as an assignment fee. And a lot of people have concerns and worry that the deal will fall apart because you're making a lot of money. And how do we avoid this? So the first thing is you need to have a big buyers list. The first mistake that wholesalers and new people make is they don't have enough buyers on their buyers list. And we've done other episodes on building your buyers. I don't want to talk about that. So if you have a lot of buyers and you blast your deals out and your goal is to have a minimum of 5 people going and making offers on your deal. So when you do your inspection process and you do your inspection and have multiple people there, your goal is to have at least 5 people that are going to give you a cash offer. And the reason you want that is you want competition. If that buyer knows they're the only one there, they can beat you up because they're your only option. And why would they pay and compete when they don't have to? So once you have that competition, you can say, this is my process, end buyer, I take highest and best. Your goal is to take highest and best. And what will happen is you'll have certain buyers that'll try and bully you. You'll send out an offer or a deal, and they're going to come to you and say things like, well, I'll do the deal right now at your ask price, but I'm not competing with anyone. You got to take my deal right now or we're not working together. They're going to push you. And the reason they're doing that is they know you could probably sell it for more. And their goal is to make more and you make less. So what I've done is I say, well, that's not the process that we follow. I'm not going to tell anyone what offers. You make me your highest offer. If it's more than what I'm asking, make it for more. If it's less, make it for less. You need to make money and I understand that, so make me your best offer and I'm going to take my best offer. That's how it's going to work. And if they get upset and don't want to work with me, I say, fine, that's fine. Then once I get all my offers in, I take highest and best. Once I have the highest and best, then I want to go and tell that end buyer the highest and best offer. Hey, you're my highest offer. I would like to work with you. Let's sign contracts. I'm going to get non-refundable check directly to me. You know, it's not necessarily earnest money because they're not buying the house, they're buying the contract from you, but I get a non-refundable deposit to buy my contract and I sign my assignment contract. In that assignment contract, it breaks down the underlying purchase price on the contract they're buying from me, how much my assignment fee is, if there's a real estate agent that brought the end buyer, how much they get paid, and the total amount that the end buyer has to bring to closing. And it also says in there that the end buyer will be paying all closing costs, which is also in the real estate purchase agreement, but it's in there as a reminder to my end buyer, so there's no confusion that they're paying all closing costs. At that point, they're going to see exactly how much I'm going to make as an assignment fee when they go to sign those papers and give me a non-refundable check. And if they have issues, and I have had issues, I've had people that have complained and said, well, how much are you going to make? Or that's way too much, I'm going to pay you less. Well, they know I have other offers, and I say, that's fine, I can go work with someone else. And then I also say, hey, listen, it's a little frustrating to me that you're happy with the amount that you're offering me until you find out that I'm making money. If you're concerned that I'm making really good money and you don't like that, what incentive do I have to bring you more deals, end buyer, right? If you want me to make less so you can make more, I don't want to work with you. This needs to be a win-win. It was a win for you before you found out how much money I'm making. So if you don't want to work with me, we'll never work together again. Ever again. I'll take you off my email list, and I wish you the best of luck. What would you like me to do? Do you want me to remove you from my email list, or would you like to do the deal, right? And so when you put your foot down and realize that they're not the only buyer, they're not the only one that you need, you're going to be able to close on big deals and make big assignment fees, and people are going to know that you make a lot of money, and they're not going to care, right? Because they're going to make money. So this $105,000 deal that I made, I signed the piece of paper, I sold the contract for $105,000, and we put together another agreement that once he bought it from me, he completely owns 100% of the rights of the property, but he's then obligated to pay me a portion of the profits after the property sells. So not only did I get a huge assignment a fee up front, but I'm going to share in the profits on the back end of that deal, right? And so I want you guys to understand that don't be afraid that you're going to make a lot of money. Don't worry that your end buyers are going to know how much you're going to make. Just as long as you set those expectations and you let them know how much, or that you let them know that there's other buyers and that they understand that they're not your only option, and don't be afraid to walk away from working with them. Even if your next offer is less money than working with them, if you put your foot down, this is my processes and I don't need to work with you, they're going to walk the line and follow your core processes. You will repel certain buyers. You will repel certain people that don't like your business core processes, but you will attract some that do appreciate it. For example, I have a lot of buyers that come to us and say, we really appreciate that you don't shop our offers. When we make an offer, you just take highest. You don't tell anyone our offer. You don't tell us anyone else's offer. We have tons of people like, tell us where we need to be. Tell us where we need to be. And we do not disclose because it is our core process. And as you change your core processes with your end buyers or with your sellers, and you don't set expectations and you don't follow through with set expectations, that's when you're going to burn bridges and have problems selling deals or getting people to look at your email when you have a deal because you frustrated people. But if you follow the same process over and over, you're still going to frustrate people. Not everyone is always going to be happy with you. Welcome to business. But you will create some fans and some people that do appreciate your processes, and that is going to be who you're going to work with. So I hope you guys got a ton of value from this. If you feel overwhelmed, if you're trying to get your first deal, if you need to implement my Driving for Dollar system to be able to get deeply discounted deals so you can make $105,000 in a deal or more, right? I have students that have done bigger deals than this. So if you guys want to have success in doing Driving for Dollars and making an absolute fortune, I would love to be your coach. I'd love to be your mentor. You can learn about it by booking a call. There'll be a link in the show notes. Go book that call, jump on the phone, ask us about the program, how it works, how it's structured, all the questions you have. We will be answering them live with you. So go book a call. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Appreciate you so much, and we'll see you in the next one.